Hello, how is everyone today? So we are back with Dark Knights. Let me just do something because I forgot scores. Okay, so we are back with Dark Knights. I'm gonna try to get Sashi. Wait, I just noticed I still have the info there. I'm gonna try to get Sashiru's second bad ending. Oh my god, it's starting already. Because last time I got the first bad ending, so let's try to get the second bad ending now. So without further ado, switch and go. Okay, so let's see the gallery. Oh, also I forgot, but the DLC for the game was already released. However, it's still like in the first batches. The creator said they will eventually start adding and correcting more stuff to this, but I think it's in November or a little bit further that it will be available on Steam as well. So yeah, because like right now you can get it on itch.io, but you can also get a free key by proving that you have played the game before, like you're like one of the OG's ones, which I'm not, so I'm not fine, but yeah. But yeah, there is that happened. I will probably eventually finish this, like all the main game, all the routes. She said that we don't need to finish the main game. I don't know. They say we don't need to finish the game. We don't need to play the first game. They might want to play the DLC. However, I do want to first play the game and then the DLC. Okay, so this one is new. It's when it's when Kaisha is killing us. But there is nothing new here. I like that this is almost complete. I'm only missing 4 though. I didn't notice if this looked like that though. Ah, here. I showed like this was the one I just got. The farther down the wall I walk, the further. Okay, I was the father. The further down the wall I walk, the more damage there is to the walls. This is how an abandoned building is supposed to look. It should be pretty scary if everything looked well maintained. Let's see what's in this room. I open yet another door. Oh my god, I stopped at the right moment last time. I am shocked by the sight of human-looking skull with chunks of festering meat still stuck to it. Its open jaw is filled with pitch black ink, accentuating its fearful expression. I slammed the door closed and dashed through the staircase. Tashiro, we need to get out of here! As I gasped for air, I realized Sashiro is no longer in the hallway. I never received the response. I shout his name again and wait for an answer. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoes throughout the mansion. I freeze on the spot when I remember the ghost rumor Ryoji told me about. I'm just imagining things. It was probably only the wind. Well, that skull I saw wasn't an hallucination. I only looked at it for a moment, though, so I'm not even sure it was real. Wake up, Divyana. Don't let your imagination get the best of you. Anyway, I have to find Sashiro quickly. There might be something creepy in another room, and I don't want him to get all freaked out. Thankfully, it does not take long before I find the boy. I told you to stay in the hallway. So sorry, I was too absorbed by exploring. It's such a space, Skillet. We should end this here for today. Did you hear that scream earlier? I only heard the wind. Are you okay, Divyana? You look pale. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I grab his hand and pull back into the entrance. At least, we got out in one piece. Although Sashiro initially protested, he is panting by the time we are outside the mansion. Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, I just need to catch up and catch my breath. He pulls his scarf down and puts his hand on his chest before gazing at me with worry. I may be fine, but you're still acting a little weird, Vienna. Sashiro looks at me as I'm a crazy person. I gather my pops. Or rather, I gather my thoughts before trying to explain what I experienced in the Kariji mansion. Tell you the truth, I found a skull in one of the rooms, a human skull. I didn't find anything except empty rooms on the right side. Are you sure your mind wasn't playing tricks on you? Or maybe it was a fake skull left there as a prank? You're probably right. You don't get scared, huh? No way. Whether or not this might have been a prank, we should take it seriously. Anything could have happened to us in there. Boo, scaredy cat. I ruffle Sashiro's hair while he pokes fun at me. Anyway, was that the place you were looking for? It probably wasn't. I'm sorry for wasting your time again. It was still worth it. We'll just cross that one off the list. Plus, I can sort of see how those ghost rumors started. That was pretty exciting. Sashiro strokes my back, even though I tell him I'm not flustered from what happened. He's pretty brave. For a kid. Tell you the truth, I really appreciate what you've been doing for me. Sashiro smiles brightly as he looks at me through sparkly eyes. His boy is too pure. I've never met anyone as kind as you before. Everyone else I asked for help from told me I was delusional. I thought it was weird at first too. Like, who asks completely strangers about haunted houses? Still, it's been kind of fun hanging out with him. It's common sense to help those in need. Their request was pretty weird though. I mean, nobody could have helped you if they didn't know what you were looking for anyway. Hehe. Don't worry, you can look somewhere else tomorrow. I know this is important to you. I won't give up so easily. Sashiro instantly cheers up, and his adorable smile melts my heart. I cannot possibly abandon him. I toss and turn later that night, haunted by the visions of that skull. I do not sleep well. I abruptly awaken from a terrifying nightmare. In it, Sashir and I were searching for the haunted house. What we found turned out to be a dead house. The haunted house supposedly belonged to his family, but he had lost the map to its location. He told me he had left many of his cherished belongings within it. I cannot remember the dream in detail, but I believe I'm better off this way. I think he'd be luring people into the dead house to torture them, end up walking straight into it by mistake. What a disturbing nightmare. Even if Ashira is guilty of something, it can't be murder. With that small body of his, he couldn't harm a fly. I can't pay attention in history class, and I end up watching the clock during lunch break. Bashir claims to be 18 years old, but I've never seen him at school. He can be one of those elite class students. He looks so young though. I laugh at the thought of him applying for jobs. Kinda sort would suit him. Or maybe a bakery? He'd probably have a hard time resisting all the sweets.
Huh? What are you smirking about?
Oh, clear. I didn't notice you there.
Were you daydreaming in class again? Luckily that big guy in front of you blocked the teacher's view. I sit next to you. When you're distracted, I am too.
I shake my head and let out a sigh.
What's wrong? You sound like you're going through a midlife crisis.
There's this boy I want help, but I don't know what to do.
Boy? Tell me about him.
Well, I'm trying to help him find something, but he won't let me know what it is.
Why not?
I don't know.
That sounds tough.
Why does he even want me to go with him?
Maybe he just wants your company. He might try to make a move on you soon.
There's a chance, Ikuya. We only met a few days ago.
There are no time constraints for love.
Don't even joke about it. We aren't.
Already friends on it, huh? Poor guy.
Well, it looks too young for me. It made me feel weird if things got romantic. At the same time, though, it doesn't seem to take care of himself. I'll feel bad if something happens to him. Hey guys, what's up?
We're having a girl talk. Shoo.
Ah, why am I always being left out? Queer's trying to make me get a boyfriend. Help me, Leoji.
Haha, this guy has nothing of value to add. You'll only waste our time.
Sorry, Leoji. Right. Leoji scratched his head, seemingly confused. After taking a moment to recover, he tries to change the topic. Anyway, did you guys hear there was a murder last night? Not another kidnapping? Yes and no? Sorry, I need. Yes and no? The victim went missing last week, and this morning they found his corpse. My dad's team is investigating the crime right now. They'll have this figured out in no time.
Yeah, your father's pretty amazing. Super nice too. He is known for catching people before they make a move.
Where did they find the victim? The corpse was dumped in an alley near the Kindred mansion. Those run down my spine when Leo mentioned the mansion. The events of last night are still fresh in my mind. This can't be. The skull I saw. The murder might have taken place right next to me. That scream I heard. Viviana, you look pale. Are you feeling alright? Sorry, just hearing about that mansion creeps me out. You know I'm not fond of haunted places. I'd hate for Sashir and I to get questioned by the police. Don't be. Exorcists are coming here soon, apparently. They aren't affiliated with the police, but occultists think they are needed. If you believe in the supernatural, you can believe in exorcism, right? Are you serious? I recall an advertisement that was looking for exorcists. I did not expect them to actually hire anyone. All of the victims so far have been middle-aged, but it's entirely possible that youths will be targets too. Next, make sure you both stay on guard and don't go out at night if you don't absolutely have to.
Roger!
I'll be careful. After school, I decided to ask Leoji about Ciruam. Do you know a boy named Ciruam? I met him recently, but even though he's our age, I've never seen him at school. I don't. If you want me to find out more about him, I'll need his last name, though. I haven't asked about it. I think he suffers from memory loss. Well, I'll take a look anyway. I'm guessing you have a good reason for asking about him. Thanks. Yoshi did ask me to keep an eye out for specific people. I'll need to learn more about Sashiro before I say anything else, though. I head straight to the park. It's earlier than usual, but I do not have anything better to do. Also, I'm gonna do a little bit of a short stream today. I think I'm gonna end at like 1 hour and a half. It is fairly busy. The benches are practically filled, and there are orders of children scattered around the playground. I move on to a quieter spot. I sit myself under a tree and pull a pocket-sized book out of my coat, or a novel called Dark Days. Its protagonist is in a relationship with a murderer, although he's aware of what he was doing. Although he is aware of what she has done, it chooses over the law. Morality, rationality, and emotions are put into question. The plot is refreshing, and the characters' choices always surprise me. The story pulls me in. I definitely make different choices than the protagonist, but I still want to know where his actions lead him. Reading for so long, my eyes grow sore. I slip the book back into my coat and stretch before gazing at the bright, colorful sky filled with fluffy clouds. Such nice weather. It's nice to read in the park every once in a while. Relaxing too. Suddenly, I realize that someone is sitting in the tree above me. When I focus my eyes, I look closer. Shiro? How long have you been there? You know, where? The Shiro peers around, apparently startled by my voice. When he looks down, he is more surprised than I am. He quickly loses his balance and falls off the tree. I reach out to catch him, but he lands a few feet in front of me. Are you okay? I kneel down to help him get up, but ended up pulling him forward, and we topple onto the grass together. Tashiro slowly covers his face before mumbling an apology. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. Me too, I didn't mean to fall on you. We awkwardly stare at each other before bursting into fits of laughter again. I stand up and begin to wipe the grass stains off my coat. What were you doing back there, Sashiro? It's my favorite nap spot. The leaves block out the sunlight. Wouldn't staying inside be better? You aren't wrong. He silently stares at the ground. I have something to confess. Can you promise not to laugh? Sure. It couldn't possibly be funnier than you pretending to be an adult. He pots but then begins to speak. Uh, this is kind of embarrassing, but I don't have a home. Uh, oh. I'm so sorry. I haven't mentioned your parents that one time. Wait, you have the wrong idea. It's not like I ran away and my parents passed away, or anything. At least, that is what I believe. It's too complicated to explain right now. Actually, my memories are a little messed up. I can basically only remember things that happened recently. I knew it was forgetful, but I didn't think it was immediately levels of bad. The boy scrunches his eyes closed so tightly that he looks to be in pain. I don't know what caused it. I'm sorry for not mentioning it before. I'm sorry, but I need to be BRB. don't know what caused it. I'm sorry for not mentioning it before. You're probably wondering why I'm always here, huh? The truth is, this is just sort of where I woke up after I lost my memories. I mean, I can still remember a few things, like the haunted house. I might remember something if I find it. Ashiro pouts before peering at the ground. I cannot help but pity him. He's like a lost puppy. All of the pieces are falling into place. Things must be so difficult for him. I forgot to bring something. Fuck. You want? You can stay at my place for a while. What? That's very kind of you, but there is an empty guest room you can use. It's not safe to stay outside at night right now, you know? Bashir stares at me, his eyes beginning to water, and his cheeks become a little pink. To hide his flustered face, he pulls his scarf up. Did that make him uncomfortable? Well, I can tell he's a good person at heart. It's just better than having to sleep out in the cold. Still clinging to his scarf, Sashiro looks up at at me slowly and speaks in a softer tone. Thank you so much, Tiziana. This is the third time you've helped me. What were the other times? When you helped me look for the haunted house, of course? It was no big deal, honestly. If you think about those cookies you gave me, we're practically even, right? I can't leave a little boy to his fate, especially not when it's been so dangerous around here lately. A little? We're the same age, and I'm pretty sure I'm taller than you. You mentioned that before. Let's confirm who is taller. I lean closer towards him to measure our heights. It seems he's taller by 1 inch. I'm forced to face reality, but I cannot stop myself from thinking of him as short. See? You're the shorter one. It's not important anyway. The boy smiles weakly. We sit down on the grass to chat for a while. I notice he's looking more pale compared to last night, probably exhausted from staying up so late. The park is one of the few places where I am allowed to spend the night. During the day, I sleep in the library if I'm still tired. It's really hard to get through life with no home and no money. I try to apply for jobs, but I don't have any sort of indication. For a few days I managed to help out in an ice cream shop and candy store, but I was only filling for sick employees, so I didn't last. Those places suit you. Hehe, I can't deny I love sweets. I guess most of my food's from passing strangers, but it depends on my life. It explains why you're so small and skinny. Tashiro puffs his cheeks out. He's really annoyed at my teasing. Unless being homeless sounds difficult, and I am happy to give him my help. The sky grows dark now. Only Sashiro and I left in the park. Sashiro stands up and stretches his arms. He seems excited to begin our search for the haunted house again. Do you have a new location in mind? Let me think. There's a rumor about a ghost at my school. Maybe that's what you're looking for. It wouldn't hurt to check. Actually, I'm not sure if the school will still be open this late. Aw, seeing the boy's face makes me feel so guilty that I cannot bear to crush his hopes. Well, we can at least check it out. Come on, let's go. Oh man, all of the lights are off. I don't think anyone is still inside. Tashiro tries to push open the main doors. To my surprise, they open. It appears someone forgot to lock them. Seriously? The administration is so careless. At least I'm familiar with this place. It won't be getting lost this time. We walk to the dark and empty halls. It feels weird walking around the school at night. Oh my goodness, this is way creepier than the Kinurigi mansion. I take Sashiro's hand in mine. He blushes in reaction but keeps his grip tight. By the way, can you tell me more about the ghost rumors? The villagers claimed to see a shadow wandering past the windows. The students have never seen anything like that though. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it is the rumor. The rumor is fake. Hmm, it does sound suspicious. Could have been the janitor or maybe even a teacher who forgot something important in the classroom. Saying there's a ghost is unbelievable. Rumors don't scare you easily, huh? You know, I think ghosts are cute. I like them. What are you even saying? And it actually starts with a classroom. Sharon and I freeze when a shuffling sound echoes through the hallway. Oddly enough, we cannot tell which direction it is coming from. After the shuffling sounds fade away, I... comfort Sashiro. What in the world was that sound? Sashiro, are you alright? Yeah, I think it came from further down the wall. The hall. It was probably only the ventilation system though. Nothing to be worried about. I am genuinely impressed by Sashiro's rationality. He is not moved at all by such strange events. There goes my confidence. Let's start searching the first year classroom, and then work our way up from there. Remember any of your classmates? No, sadly. The uniforms for this school really make the students stick out, though. For instance, there's that boy in black hair and blue eyes who looks like a delinquent. I see him go to the police station a lot. It must cause a lot of trouble. That sounds an awful lot like Ryoji, but he's not delinquent. His dad is an officer, so he helps them out sometimes. He's not a bad boy. Oh, I see. He's more scared of Ryoji than haunted houses, huh? What a guy. We entered the first classroom. Fortunately, it is not completely dark. Sashiro wanders around and scratches his head. Does anything look familiar? If not, we can find someone who knows you. Maybe you'll have a better chance of remembering something then. Even if anyone remembered me, I won't be able to recognize them. It'd be like talking to a stranger who was pretending to know me. You really can't remember anyone? There were no people in the place I pictured. I think I was alone all the time. If I'd been close to someone, I'm sure I would have remembered them. Not even your family? My family? Like your mom or dad? Or maybe even an aunt and uncle? I wonder what kind of life Sashi used to live. At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised he lost part of his personality with his memories. I can't tell him to see a doctor, but in the end, I can't tell him to see a doctor, but in the end, I can't force him to go. You can't remember them? Sashiro blinks innocently, seemingly confused. I don't even remember what it feels like to have a family. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will get sorted out eventually. If I were in his position, I'd be frightened. I'd be like losing my past. It feels like most of his memories are put on sleep, waiting to get digged up. It's not it's not all bad losing my memories. I'm sure there were things I was better off forgetting. Besides, it's normal for people to forget things over time. Just happened really quick for me. Speaking of which, I just remember something. I was carried this with me. It was big, long. Wait, I carried two of them? The shooter tries to shape the object with his arms, but it only makes him harder to understand. Is that sign language? No, I'm just bad at explaining things. Just when Sashir tries to explain it again, a noise disrupts us. The shuffling sound grows louder and louder. We immediately rush to the classroom door and lock it. Someone might be here with us. With the door locked, they cannot reach us unless they have the keys. Put my ear against the door and listen. The sound eventually disappears down the hallway. I think someone's still in the building. We'll get caught if we stay here. We should leave for now. Okay. As Ashir and I trace our way back to the exit, we hear footsteps approaching us from behind. A hand suddenly lands on my shoulder and I jump. When I turn around, there is a dark-haired man standing there. His face is very pale, but his mysterious golden eyes look like they are glowing in the darkness. The ghost! The ghost! I am not a ghost. What are you two doing here? It feels familiar. Alright, I've seen him once before, by the abandoned mansion. I'm confused until I look carefully at the man's uniform. The design looks more complicated than the standard ones, which means he's mostly likely from the elite class. When I realize he's my senior, I bow my head. Sashiro follows my example and bows too. My, no need to be so polite. I believe we have met before, miss. Before I ask you who you are, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Junuru, and I attend the night classes. I'm Diviana, second year. I'm Sashir, and I'm not from... He's a kid from my neighborhood. He begged me to show him the place where the big kids go to school. I just couldn't say no. I know it's pretty late, but I couldn't say no, and the doors were already unlocked. I see. I'm sure we'll enjoy this school when you are older, Sashiro. I didn't realize there were classes at this time of night. There always have been. Regular students simply are not aware of them. Speaking of which, classes will begin in mere minutes. Sashiro, would you be interested in sitting in for a lesson? You probably shouldn't. We were just about to leave. Sorry for all the trouble, Junor. I rushed Sashiro down the hall, leaving Junor behind. I guess that explains why the doors were unlocked. I've never heard about the night classes. The students are something else. I turned to Sashiro with an apologetic smile. Sorry about that. The excuse had to be believable. I can't believe that guy fell for it. I had no idea about those classes. I'm glad we got out okay. We can take another look during the day. No need. That's not my haunted house. At least that's another place we can mark off the list. I'm disappointed. I had hoped we would find something this time. Are you sad we didn't get to see the ghost? What? No way. It's the opposite. I was just teasing you. I shrugged and looked away. Sashiri must think my fear is hilarious. That is kind of cute. But how? I can understand why you're afraid of the unknown. I feel the same way. But if any ghosts start to appear, I'll scare them away for you. Thanks, I guess. Anyway, are you ready to go home? It's dangerous to be out on the streets this late. Go on? Did you forget already? I said you could stay at my house. I was serious, you know? Ah, is that really alright? I don't want to overstay my welcome. Don't worry about all of that. We can take it in no, one day at a time. Bashir is a little weird, but I also feel at ease when I'm around him. It's not a bad person. He's not a bad person. He's not Mexican. I did originally suspect he might have been linked to those disappearances, but I've changed my mind. Hashiro has had so many chances to stab me in the back, literally, but he hasn't done anything. Even if I'm wrong, at least I can keep an eye on him this way. This is your home, huh? This is the first time I've had company since my parents left for their business trip. Hashiro seems excited to have a roof over his head, happily exploring the rooms. Gestured for him to wait in the living room while I begin preparing dinner. I only hope my cooking is not too rusty. Can I help you with anything? You're the guest. I'm the host. Let me handle the cooking tonight. If you insist, just let me know if you change your mind. The menu is grilled lemon chicken and red rice, with a side of vegetable omelette. As Sashir watched me work, his eyes begin to dampen, as if he has not eaten in days. I almost expect him to violently shovel the food into his mouth. Instead, he slowly eats, savoring the flavors. God, this meat is so juicy. How can you make chicken taste so good? I didn't even know red rice was a thing. You really didn't have to go so far for me. What are you talking about? These are just regular dishes. They are nothing compared to what you get at a five-star restaurant. I'm glad you're enjoying it so much, though. After dinner, I prepared towels and fresh clothes so Sashiro can take a shower. My dad's clothes are too big for him. I end up searching my closet for some of my old clothes. These will fit him perfectly. You're being too nice. It's almost too good to be true. Feel like I will agree that. Hi Crow, how are you? Glad to you. And thank you for the care package. Oh, don't be silly. I'm not doing this because I want anything in return. Do you treat everyone like this? You're my first, actually. I'm so lucky. Thank you so much, Vivian. Things are finally starting to look up for me. I won't ever forget the things you've done for me. I promise I'll pay you back someday. I prepared the guest room while Sashir cleans himself up. I'm surprised to find myself happy that Sashir will be staying with me. I already feel less lonely. Come in. Sashir steps into the room wearing the new outfit I picked out for him. Whose clothes are these? They are too small to be your dad's. They were mine. Do they fit you properly? It's embarrassing to admit, but yes. If I weren't so tomboyish, I would have picked out something girlier for you. Ah, I shouldn't complain. You were kind enough to let me borrow this. What do you mean, that flag? Well, that's enough excitement for one night. The bed's ready, so sleep well. I smiled gently at him before making my way to my own bed. Major, that feels like we are going to die, or is he going to die? Because on this game, it's more probably that we die, not him. Because according to the first ending, it technically is already dead. Technically, he's already a spirit, so he already got knocked out of this life. The past few days have been quite exhilarating. I have gone to places I would normally never think to visit. I do not regret helping Sashir in the least. Now seeing him smile makes me want to reach out and hug him. Why did I suspect him in the first place? I doubt he's even heard about the murders yet. I should warn him about them tomorrow just in case. With these thoughts in mind, I fall asleep. Ah! A sharp scream wakes me from my slumber, causing me to stumble out of bed in a hurry. The scream was extremely loud, so it must have come from nearby. I peek out the window and notice that the lights seem to be on at my neighbor's house. Hi Crimson, how are you? Is that Airy? That's Airy. That's weird. I don't think they usually stay up this late. I turn to the clock. It is already past midnight. 1 a.m. and 3 minutes in the morning, to be exact. I stay alert the next few minutes, but nothing else happens. Maybe they were watching a horror movie and forgot to turn off the lights afterwards. Either way, it probably wasn't anything serious. Going back to sleep. The moment I lie down, I hear footsteps in the hallway. Oh no, you are back to the gacha life. I sit up and I sit up once more on the high alert. When I go to flick the light switch, Mrs. Sashiro is standing in the doorway. Sashiro, you're still up? It is hard to make out in the darkness, but it seems to be a mess. What surprises me most are the scratches and bruises on his arms and legs. What in the world was he doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. I couldn't sleep, so I took a small walk. Oh my god. What game is it? Is it the new gacha thing? Is the new gacha that everyone has been playing? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. I couldn't sleep, so I took a small walk. Are you okay? It looks like you were attacked. I'm fine. I couldn't see very well since it was so dark, and I tripped. Sorry that I ruined your clothes. Tashiro smiles weakly and rubs the back of his neck. Well, I'll go back to my room now. Sorry for waking you up. Wait a minute, Sashiro, you shouldn't leave those cuts untreated. I'll go get the first aid kit and a fresh change of clothes. Sashiro sits on the couch while I wipe his face with a wet towel. It hurts me to see him enter like this. You can tell me the truth. If someone laid a hand on you, I'll rip one of theirs off. No, it was my own fault. I wasn't embarrassed to admit it earlier, but there was a bunny cat in one of the alleys I passed. It went crazy the moment I passed by. Huh? A bunny cat? Yeah, it had the ears and the tail of a bunny and the slim legs of a cat. It was really cute. Too bad I couldn't pet it. I've never heard of an animal like that. After that, shadow-like things started appearing and they chased me. This all sounds pretty surreal. Maybe it's just confused because he's scared. Well, on my way back, I ran into a pool and tripped twice. I think I fainted in front of the house for a few minutes too. What a klutz. I'm glad you're okay now. By the way, did you hear that scream earlier? Scream? No, I didn't. I heard it loud and clear from my bedroom, so it must have come from the neighborhood. It probably happened while we were unconscious. You're probably right. Sorry. Anyway, promise me you won't go out at night again. You probably haven't heard news about, but they've been murdered around here lately. Besides, I have to cover you in trouble in bubble wrap if you get all scrapped up like this again. I promise to stay inside. All cleaned up, Sashiro heads back to his bedroom. I'm glad he made it back in one piece, but that was a little odd. His clumsiness is definitely going to get him into trouble someday. Before leaving for school, I prepare a few meals for Sashiro. On the way to my classroom, someone forcefully grabs my shoulder. Irritated, I turn around and sweep the hand away. Vivian, I'm so glad you're okay. I heard about what happened to your neighbors. My condolences. Did they run into the culprit? Did they do anything to you? I'm done, Leoji. As you can see, I'm still in one piece. I don't even know what happened. Then I'm glad you're okay. You didn't see or heard anything, did you? I did hear a scream last night, but I thought it was from a really loud horror movie. There was an investigation at your neighbor's house this morning. The couple living there was brutally murdered. They're actually dead? There were footprints leading away from their house to yours. I was worried that whoever did it got to you too. When I woke up this morning, I didn't notice anything out of place. While the investigation is ongoing, I'll let you know if we find anything else. Speaking of which, the police will stop by your house for questioning later. And don't worry, I don't think you're a suspect. I see. I don't think I'll be very helpful though. The news is so shocking. It feels unreal that people who lived so close to me were murdered. Be extra cautious from now on. Make sure to lock all of your doors and windows. And don't let anyone you don't absolutely trust into the house. Should also leave a weapon or some sort of near your bed. Wait, maybe I should have come over and... I'll be fine, Leoji. If I think something might happen, I'll call the police. I show a confident grin and put my thumb up. Oh, before I forget, I finished looking up that Sashiro person for you. That was fast. What did you find? There is no student register under that name. I tried it as family name too, but nothing. Oh, sorry for the trouble. Could Sashiro be a nickname? Maybe forgot his real name. Or it could be from another village. If that's the case, it will be really hard for him to find his own. After school, the police stopped by my house for questioning, like Lyoji said they would. Unfortunately, I cannot give him any useful information. They question Sashiro too, but he does not know anything either. When they finally leave, I breathe a sigh of relief and let the tension flow out of me. Talking to the police was extremely stressful. They threw so many questions at us, even ones they knew would be unable to answer. Then Sashiro seems to be flustered. Don't worry, they were just making sure we were fine. You think they suspect us? Probably not. Living next to the murder scene doesn't mean we're suspects. But I was close with that family. They were good people. I don't know why anyone would have wanted to kill them. They were a very elderly couple, never had children of their own, so they sort of adopted the neighbor kids. I seriously can't believe this. What if more people around me get targets? Just thinking about what has happened leaves me shaking in fear. Sashiro gently puts his hand on my neck, and I give him a weak, reassuring smile. Let's put the search on hold for a few days. We'll be fine. I'm sure you need some time to learn more. You must be in shock. Alright, thank you. Let me know when you'd like to start looking again. Before going to sleep, I conceal a large metal ruler under my pillow. I consider hiding a kitchen knife instead, but if an attacker gets their hands off me on it first, or snatches it away, it will only work against me. I think the murder could have targeted me if it just moved the one house down. My relief, nothing happened during the following days. My street feels busier due to police passing and the villagers, but no one questioned me further. A funeral for the old couple is scheduled for a few days after the crime investigation is set to finish. I wonder if Sashiro really doesn't mind being home all alone for so long. Then again, it's hard for him to go out during the day. Maybe I'm worrying too much. I notice the house is cleaner than usual. The mail has been retrieved and left in a neat stack. The trash has been emptied and all the work is finished. Sashiro keeps insisting on helping around the house, even when I tell him to relax. He says it's the least he can do. I should cook something special for dinner tonight as a thank you to Sashiro. What should I make? I don't want to do that. I'm going to surprise him. I think surprises are the best. He's enjoyed everything I've made so far, so I hope he'll like today's dish too. I browse through cookbooks until finding and something catches my eye. Momisi is a type of sticky rice dumpling. Colorful photos of the treat nearly make me drool. Let's give it a try. Already have most of the ingredients in the kitchen. Simply replace a few missing ones with carefully selected alternatives. After a few cooking failures and gluing my fingers together at least once, managed to make a perfect umisi. I head to Sashiro's room to deliver the treat. Sashiro, I have a little surprise for you. What is it? And so I show Sashiro my creation with a smile. He looks confused at me at first. He does not seem to know what an umisi is. A little thank you gift for your hard work. You told me like sweets. So sweet. And the texture is great. Why don't we share? Sashiro gives me the other half of the umisi. To my relief, it is better than I expected. Seeing Sashiro happy makes me happy too. I think someone needed to bring me treats like this. Feels like a distant memory though. I think I was happy back then. I'm glad fragments of your memories are returning. Oh, it's okay. I stare at the sound of footsteps in the hallway. I try to ignore them. Then my door slowly creaks open. All of the windows in the house are closed. I doubt the wind is strong enough to open the door. Someone steps inside my room. I'm prepared for the worst as the pitter patter approach my bed. That person is coming closer. Will it be the murderer? I need to prepare myself. A second later, I feel someone start to lift my blanket, roll off the bed, and pull the metal ruler out from under the pillow. I flip around and forcefully smack my assailant with the broad side of my weapon. Ow! Ah! No! I only hear Sashiro's pained voice in response. I blink a few times to adjust my eyes to the darkness. Sorry, wrong room. I'm kind of sleepy. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I thought you were an intruder. I back the ruler and pat the spots where I hate Sashiro. You're all dirty again. Did you cut out? Yeah, I want to search on my own. Sashiro broke our promise. I'm sorry. I thought you hated ghosts and scary places. That's, um, I like helping you. Really exciting to explore new places together. Sashiro blinks in confusion. I didn't find anything tonight anyway. I'll tell you next time I want to go out. Alright, you better not go out alone with me more. Sorry for worrying you. With an apologetic smile, Sashiro heads to his bathroom. Over the next few days, Sashiro stays inside, even though the deaths of my neighbors are still on the news. Another murder was committed a few days ago. It happened near Bielway. The majority of the corpse was not located, but there was enough blood splatter and flesh chunks that death was the inevitable outcome. It seems there were blood trails indicating that the body was dragged away afterwards. Bashir looks over my shoulder while I'm reading the newspaper. Was there another murder? Yeah, and it was around here again. I never could have imagined anything like this would happen in the village. There are no apparent connections between the victims. It might just been someone who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Bashiro's gaze lingers on the article. I close the newspaper and pat his back. Don't concern yourself too much about it. Just stay safe at home, okay? Anyway, I have to go to class. The food is in the fridge if you're hungry. Thanks, Ipiano. When I arrive at the classroom, Ryoji runs over. He has the same concerned expression as when the last murder occurred. Even I'm glad you're okay. Why wouldn't I be? There was another homicide near our area. That's twice in less than a week. Well, at least this means I wasn't a criminal's target. My sarcastic tone only seems to worry Leo even further. Ikuya suddenly walks over to us.
What are you two talking about?
Viviana seriously needs a bodyguard.
Huh?
Yoshi quickly explains the situation and Ikuya's expression turns fearful. Guys, I can't afford a private guard. A private bodyguard. I'm not really an important person.
It's better to be safe than sorry. And in this case, sorry means you end up dead.
You are taking this too lightly. I'm going to ask my dad to assign a private car to you. Another option is staying at a police station for a while. It's taking it too far. I do not want strangers following me everywhere. However, Ryoji seems to have made up his mind. I'll consider your offer. Thank you, Ryoji. After school, I head to the library. As I walk through the hallway, I bump into a shorter boy. Huh? Which way are you going? The boy rubs the top of his head and grimaces. He glares at me with his piercing green eyes. Where are your manners? Are you lost, kid? What the hell? I'm not a kid. You should show your upperclassmen more respect. The boy takes a step back, crosses his arms and frowns. I notice his brown uniform. He must be part of the elite class. At least some of the elite students look older or more mature than everyone else, so meeting such a young-looking boy is confusing. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were my senior. Finally noticed, did you, genius? The boy's blunt line is frustrating, but I know better than to start pointless fights. He continues to glare at me, typing his foot on the floor. He seems to be waiting for another apology. You're just so short that I didn't. You have two eyes, don't you? Watch where you're going next time. With that, the boy turns around and leaves. He should have been the one apologizing to me. What a little alien. Well, at least I annoyed him a little. I still have a lot of homework to finish. I want to get all of it done now so that I can have more free time later. I only hope Sashi will not mind having a dinner a bit later tonight. I'll start with history. This chapter is all about local legends. The school ghost of Forest Human, the Kinriges, the Temple Guardian. Wait, the Temple Guardian? Does this place even have a temple? 1,000 years ago, a temple was built in honor of a spirit that is now known as the Temple Guardian. In thanks, it chose to reside within the temple and offers protection to the village. The area's residents brought him offerings for decades, but stopped at some point. Even so, the Guardian continued his job. What a sad story. The Guardian must have felt so lonely. Wait! Wait! I was trying to alt tab because I see some message. And I skipped a lot of what was going on. Crap. No way, it's the rundown. It must have left a long time ago. I feel bad for the Guardian. I heard that one day everyone just abandoned him and this temple. I'd have left if I were him too. I tried to find the reason people abandoned the temple, but there were only theories. One of them speculated that the guardian actually abandoned his duty first because he wanted to be free again. I don't think that's what happened. Why do you say that? Look at this place. It feels so lonely. I think there was more to it than wanting to be free. Guardian must have felt. We suddenly hear chains clanging. Eerie sound causes us to become silent as we search for resources. Did it make a sound just now? No, I've been standing here, right here, this whole time. Not moved an inch. Clang and sound disappears along with our worries. Let's go deeper into the temple. I have a feeling I've been here before. This might be where I got lost. My head hurts, and I try to remember what happened though. Maybe I don't want to remember what happened. Like, I'm preventing myself from remembering subconsciously. How long have you had amnesia? I didn't count the days, but probably more than a month. And you've been alone this entire time? I won't give up, even if it makes me years to remember everything. It takes me years to remember everything else is sick. When I first woke up, I had a note in my hand and I recognized that it was my own letter and writing. It was said there was something I had to always remember. The note is the only clue I have, though. I don't know what I'm supposed to remember. The more I learn about this boy, the more questions I have. He doesn't even seem to be a villager. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he fell from the sky. Somebody must have been missing him right now. I want to help him find his family. We walk through the maze of halls and find a large, empty room. Passion kneels down and moves his fingers across the floor. There are incidents in the planks. There are indents in the planks. People probably use it to pray here. While Sashiro examines the floor, I look around more broadly. I stare at the ceiling. It seems to be held by a number of wooden pillars. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice something up on one of the pillars. I shine my flashlight upon it. Is it a black sack? I decide to... It is a mystery how it got up there, but I don't think it is important. Do you think the place was robbed? There's nothing left in here. Even I found something, actually. There's a pile of books in this room, but I can't read any of them. I race to Sashiro and take a look. Oh, these are the diaries of the temple's keepers. Here's a log of their daily duties. This is a valuable discovery. I hope it's okay to borrow them. Wouldn't that be like stealing? Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything else here. Let's go home. This time we are not leaving empty-handed. The Patronus will keep me entertained for a while. I hope these diaries will give us a clue about what actually happened here. After reaching my street, we notice a man with a gas mask standing on the other sidewalk. The fact that it is late and nobody else is around only makes it the scene creepier. The man's icy stare makes me shiver, but I try to ignore him as I shuffle inside the house with Sashiro. I think he's an exorcist. What makes you think that? Doesn't look like a policeman or detective. He must have seen that job listing in town. Even if ghosts were real, he would obviously be better at searching the temple in the woods. Even though I'm trying to reassure him, Sashiro still looks flustered. Why are you trembling? Don't tell me you're scared of exorcists. You think ghosts are behind those murders? Random casting brings me pause. It sounds silly, but in a way, it almost makes sense. There were no traces of the victims when they disappeared. They were all perfect crimes. The ghosts really are involved. It only makes the investigations more difficult. How can you punish someone who isn't alive? Yeah, Bashir looks away from me, almost as if upset. If he is upset, I cannot help but wonder if if knows more about the crimes than he is letting on. Before I can ask about it, he starts up the stairs. I'm a bit tired. Good night, Ivana. Alright, I'll check those books later. I cannot pay attention in history class. My mind keeps wandering to Soshiro. Murder's exorcism. There's no proof of a link between them. So why does it feel so suspicious?
Oh, did you hear what Mr. Blanchard said? Jeez. Were you sleeping again, Iviana? You keep missing the important parts. He said we shouldn't go out after 9 p.m.
Why not?
They figure after that time, there's a higher chance of encountering the murderer on the street.
Thank you, Kuya. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, you're being unusually obedient. Aren't you going to fight against the injustice of this being imposed upon us or something?
Are you guys talking about that?
Hey, Liaji, any news about the murders?
I haven't heard anything new, no. That said, it was hard to find clues when the culprits didn't leave any traces behind.
That sounds so crazy, so scary. I hope they get caught soon.
Don't worry, my dad's team is the best in this village. Even though they're having a difficult time now, they will solve this case.
I guess you're right. Your dad is just like those cool middle-aged detectives on crime dramas. So I believe in him.
My mind is so busy that I cannot focus on the conversation at hand. I want to rush home and read through those journals I found at the temple already. After class, I remember that I have homework due tomorrow, leaving me with no choice but to stop at the library. I'll stop here because I'm really feeling sleepy. Okay, let's see who's streaming. I'm sorry, I'm doing the short stream today. I'm really sleepy. I'm reading Oni. She's playing also a visual novel, and this been 30 minutes, so I'm reading Oni. Thank you so much to everyone joining today. I'm sorry for the short stream. I'm really feeling like tired. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone joining today. I really appreciate it. I'll be back next week. I'll eventually go further in this game than just 2 hours, 1 hour and a half. I'll probably get the bad ending less next time. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone joining me today. I really appreciate it, and till next week. Bye bye.